I guess I'm gonna read a couple before we go.
Go for it.
Let's see. First one I'm gonna read because tonight's about Poets for Change. I figured I have this one that's kind of about transformation.
Get a little closer to the mic.
Am I too far away from the mic?
Yeah, good.
Okay, so this is one that's about transformation and change, and it's poetry, so here it's appropriate. And it's called Working Song, and I wrote it while I was at work. It goes like this. I lay down a little rhyme about some things I do in time. So when I rise up to myself, I'll not forget what kept my health. Was thrice times fined and thus consigned to slave and shine and scrub this place. This monument I shine alone stands shrine to their disease, to their greed, their wants, their lust, for merest trivialities. By day I slave, but for my wage, so they can tax and spend. My God, these tasks will never end. On bloody hand and bended knees, I stoop to clean of their disease. Once more I rise, to mop again, and twice mine eyes see sights. But thrice was wise, a deep note cries, breaks down lights, their base disguise. And so, oh please my love, wait. Oh please my love, please do believe, mine eyes do not deceive. And so my dear, I do a fourfold vision see, though there is no one here watching over me. And as for me, my hands are clean, for once again I mop unseen. Unknown, a ghost in shroud I haunt, yet live my life still free of want. But when I rise to my degrees, I will remember all lessons these. Until that day, my love hold fast, have faith this night will be our last. Let's see, and I got one more I want to read for y'all. Just got to find it right here. Here we go. Alright, so this is called Existential Crisis, and I wrote this about the crisis of the Earth, what we're constantly confronted by in the news and media and everything else in the world. So it goes like this. Existential crisis. Kierkegaard, you know me too well, but here we speak of supra-existence, a crisis of the whole Earth. What is this? Absurd, meaningless. But you gave me meaning. Tragedy. Anything can happen at any point in time. Cruel world, cruel people. In itself, the world is not determined, but we determine in our freedom, in our continual process of self-making. We trap ourselves, we free ourselves. Free yourself, accept no limitations. Free yourself and the world will follow. Live authentically, according to values. You create yourself, take responsibility. The other wants to say something. Let no man define you. Let no man abuse you. But you define yourself, so don't abuse yourself. Look to the director, the hue of Doña, the honorific Domina. Her soul speaks to me from over there. I have known her gaze, young artists, bohemians, but angst and despair, let them out. Stand at the cliff's edge, but have no fear. The angst, when nothing holds me back, and despair, my loss of hope, breakdown, self-loathing, and loss of control. Oh, I know them too well, but don't let go. Complacency in the face of challenge, but who's to blame? No one but myself. Here and now, I define myself for you. They say the world is 6,000 years old. They say the world is determined to end. But I am 60,000 years old, and I will never end. In my hands, I hold the story of mankind, how we rose from the mud and ashes, how we claimed our place among the stars. Tolkien knew me. He knew my heart of gold. I am so old, but I will be young again. I recall events a meteor's distance from everyday life. Who should put it to use? The learner, young woman, honored soul. Malala Yousafzai. I know her name. I know her well. She was shot in the head. Barbarians, cruel men, shot her for words. Pitiful, small men, read books and let her. But we speak of the death of the earth, and I read books. So on this point I stand with von Goethe in reverence for the reality of nature, with wonder and awe. Stand with me. Do no violence to her, but give her room to grow, and so shall we do honor to our ancestors and all those who came before us. Take this supra-personal responsibility. Fear not to be laughed at as sentimental, but shrink from injuring anything that lives, and do all to bring life to its highest value. Reverence life and all that it brings you. Let this be the moral. If life lays a worm in your path, pick it up. And then if life gives you the sun, hold him tight. His life will be no burden, but a blessing. You will see. And in this mystical unity, take my hand, and don't ever let go. Rain, sleet, or snow, let us go whether the winds will blow. Do I have time for one more?
Do it.
Okay. This one's a little weird. This is called Driving Into the Sunset, and it's about other stuff. Driving into the sunset, I went blind, but now I see a million faces looking at me. Dead faces, all staring at me. And they were all there, every last one of them, and they all knew my name. I had a dream in which everything was revealed to me. The image of the crop circle forms a constellation map, mystery of the ancients, revealed to me alone among God's creatures. I stood out upon the ledge, looking over on a million different places, and all their faces, looking back at me, the dead faces. They came forward, each one by one. They told me their stories, all my ancestors, all the way back to the very first atom, formed from a bang, way back at the beginning of time. I traveled back like Fibonacci's spiral sequence, through to Africa, spinning around, through the towns, spinning electrons, valence shells, like shells on beaches, the spiral species spinning like stars, forming a back at the beginning of time. That first burst of life from the void of brain and spine, a burst of light and big bang, spawned our cosmos back at the beginning of time. Once upon a time, I had a dream which none should speak. And they were all looking up to me, all their faces, the dead faces. They had life in them once upon a time. I was driving into the sunset. I went blind. But now I see, for everything was revealed to me. All the secrets and their codes, all their mysteries shown for me alone. Riley Martin says, if you think that you're alone in this universe, you are the guardians of this universe. You are rudely mistaken. That day I died, yet now I live, driving into the light, into the night, sunset. I went blind, yet now I see everything so clearly, nothing is undefined. I can identify them all. The many objects flying before my eyes. Once upon a time, I had a dream, and she was there. My one and only, my lonely laden dove, a treasure, lost in a sea of all misery and fear. I could not get near her. She came first, before me, before any thoughts of love. First there was wisdom, and then came a word, followed by all the gods. Together they formed an atom, or unit, with the starry skies above. That's kind of